Hey everybody, now just a reminder as we're checking our own ads manager, if you're using the ads ecosystem strategy and you're testing what's called your Goodwill video ads, which we have named Power Content, that used to be the name, then you want to be reviewing this periodically to know whether you're reaching your milestone. Now, the milestone is the most important part about running this campaign. It indicates whether you're bringing in enough of the invisible leads that you need to build that audience of clients who are not yet ready to buy, but are ideal potential clients in your audience who you can then retarget, nurture with a conveyor belt, and bring on as future clients. Now, everyone needs to be producing these invisible leads, and the milestone is 350 to an ideal 500 25% video views every single week. Now, if we look at our week, we've tested 5 power contents, and what we've seen is that out of all of our power contents, we have one that is performing at an average of 7p per 25% video view, and one that's performing at 8p. So in the past 7 days, we can ignore the other 3 ads for now, looking only at the amount we spent on these 2. So 32 and 17, 33 and 17, £50, we've brought in over 636 25% video views. Now, I can actually bring over a calculator, and based on one of the up-to-date information pieces of the video, we can know exactly how much we would need to spend per week to reach the milestone. So, if we click maximum, and there I have a calculator page for this, a template. So if you don't want to go through the maths and you just want to enter the number, then ask me for that and I can send it to you. Now, we know that for the maximum period of time, when we look at, including today's performance, it's run for a bit more time, some of these last week, they're roughly about the same. But we know that our cost per 25% video view is 8p. The way we do the maths is we multiply our 500 goal, we actually multiply it by the cost per 25% video view. How many times does 500 go into 0.08? It will tell us 40. Then this is our weekly power content budget. You can multiply this, if we divide this by 7, we get the daily power content budget. We need to spend £5.71 on the power content in order to reach our 500 every single week. Fantastic. And we can also know our rough monthly budget, which is going to be £171 per month. If we could get this down to 7p consistently, we'd only need to spend £5 per day. But as it stands, we only need to spend £6. Now, the other thing we're going to discuss is, what do we do when 2 of our power contents have the same cost per 25% video view? Well, there's a couple of criteria that we look at. One is, are people watching to the end of this video? And what is it costing us to get people to watch to the end? Now, I know that this particular video right here is 3 minutes and 40 seconds, which is great for a power content, by the way. You want it to be 3 minutes or longer, up to 5 minutes. Let's see the length of our other video. This particular video is 3 minutes and 46 seconds. So now that we've checked this last piece, we know that we're getting 95%, otherwise a full video view, someone watching all the way through this video from cold audience for 34p per person, compared to the other one. The other one costs double to get that. Now, the reason this is an important metric for us is the following reason. The more people spend time watching your videos, the warmer of a lead they become, the more you know they're interested in what you have to offer and the problems you solve and the ways you solve it for them. They've spent time with you, which is really important. So we want to run this power content for £6 per day over this one, because we get twice as many people watching our video all the way to the end. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move all the way over to the left. We're going to turn it off. And for this particular one running at £5 per day, we're going to adjust the budget. Now usually it will give me a pencil, as you can see here. What it's doing here is it's giving me an example of how much I should increase it by. Now we don't need to know the examples, because we know from our calculator we can even put in the precise amount, which was, based on our calculation, 571. So I can just copy this. I can go over here. I can tell it, no, I know the exact daily budget I need. Click publish. And there we go. So that will be our process, the other way, for power content. And what this means for us in the future is, the longer we run this particular piece of power content and the bigger, warm audience we get over time, not only do we have an audience of people watching 45 seconds, about a minute of our video that we can retarget normally, but we will grow an audience of people watching the entirety of the video, which we know are people who have shown a higher amount of interest in what we offer. So it just gives us that flexibility. When we have run these ads for months and months, we have an even more specific audience, and people who we know are more interested. And then we have the wider audience that we can also target with ads. Hope this helps.